Hey, hey, hey. Time for another Out of This World story from rSpace. Although infidelity can be excruciating and it can certainly leave some scars, it's important we don't waste any more time on people who don't deserve it. Today on rSpace, we hear from those who have made it out alive on the other side and learned to trust and love again. Up first, a cheater takes their love for a band a little too far. What do y'all think? Sorry. My wife, 31 female, and I, 32 male, have been married for 10 years. We enjoy going to concerts a lot. We are Hispanic and enjoy live music in smaller venues. Last November, we went to see a band group that was very popular a couple of years ago and got a lot of radio play. Now they mainly play in nightclubs. Anyway, we went with another couple. My wife likes to dress very sexy when we go to events like this. She's very good looking and usually gets a lot of looks. I don't mind since she's always been all about me. We have a good time. The main band, usually only plays an hour from 11 to 12. My wife likes to post to Snapchat a lot, so she posts a lot of the show. Since we know the venue owner and sponsor, we sometimes get to see the band after and take pics and hang out a bit. This time, we got to go to the back as well. I got distracted getting drinks and my wife and the other couple went without me. By the time I made it to the back of the stage, they pretty much were leaving. My wife and other couple were super excited as they were invited to an after party in the city with them. This is rare, but it has happened before, but this was definitely unexpected. We drove to the location. I was a bit apprehensive since the kind of crowd to like this music and drop $15,000 for 1 hour of music is sometimes sketchy. We get there, and they are already playing. They play for 1 more hour, then another band takes over. The main singer of the band approached us and we talked for a bit. My wife was elated as she has been a big fan. She takes a lot of pics. At some point, I go to the restroom. The drinks are hitting me. I come back to the sitting area and my wife is not there. I assume she went to the restroom. 20 minutes pass and I text her. No response. I find the other couple and they said they haven't seen her. I call her, no response. I finally find her coming down the stairs from the second floor. She's with the singer and another girl. She tells me that he showed her where the restroom was and that she was talking to this girl that she just met. This sets off alerts in my head. We immediately leave. We get home and she takes a long shower. We finally go to sleep around 4 a.m. I try not to be paranoid, but I have a bad feeling about the whole thing. Days pass and she refused sex as she says she's tired. I decided to check her phone. I know. I find that she DM'd the guy to his public Insta. I had a great night. The guy left her unseen. I see that the very next day she texted her friend, "We need to talk. I got gossip." She also befriended the girl she was with on Insta. The following weekend, we are grilling and drinking at my house. A song by this group comes on, and the friend she messaged immediately looks at my wife and toasts her glass to her and says, "For the memories." This group is playing in the city 2 hours away, and my wife magically got tickets for her and her friend. It's a Friday night, so I can't go due to work. I've checked her phone again, and the messages to the dude had been deleted. Am I crazy to think something's going on? Let's see what the community thinks. BiteMe717 says, "She cheated on you and washed him off and is now going back for more and her friend knows about all of it. The choice is yours, but in my opinion, her actions have spoken loudly and she is untrustworthy and she can't be trusted. If this happened to me and my husband did this, I would tell him that if he goes to not come back and we would be done. But that's me and my husband would no way in hell put up with this from me. Good luck." Jokester316 says, "OP, you know exactly what went on upstairs. The singer took your wife and the other woman upstairs to either have sex or get a blowjob. The long shower makes me believe she had sex. She idolized this singer and jumped at the opportunity to ditch you, her husband, and do anything you wanted. As for the upcoming show that is 2 hours away, no. Put your foot down, OP. If she goes, she won't have any fears of you catching her. She will get passed around by the whole band and be happy about it. She's a groupie. Sit her down and tell her you no longer trust her to go alone. Her behavior shows that she has no inhibitions around musicians. What's more important to her? Watching a band she has seen numerous times or keeping her marriage intact? Don't let on that you know anything. If she chooses to go, let her know it's over. Never compete with another man for your wife's love and affection. If she goes, she will be for the streets." I don't think you're crazy to assume that maybe something did happen. It seems like the signs are pointing to yes so far. Update. I've convinced my wife to drive my car up to the concert. I have a GPS on my car and plan on following her. I've called in to work. I messaged my wife's friend's husband. I started with small talk about football and such. I casually mentioned that the price of the tickets. He responded with, "Yeah man, thanks for the ticket. My wife said that you had work and she's going with your wife. I'll get you next time." This confirms that my wife lied about the tickets. She had told me that her friend got them for cheap on resale. I'm driving my truck and I'm ready for an all-night stakeout if needed. We live in California, but still expecting the temp to drop. I even got my dusty Nikon ready. I'm mad AF, not gonna lie. I don't have an app with a lawyer yet, but plan on when I gather concrete evidence. My wife moved her waxing appointment to yesterday. I only know because of the credit card statement. She has been suffering from cramps for 4 days and thinks her period is coming according to her. Any advice? I feel like a loser having to do all this crap. For some advice, let's see what the community says. Creative Might 3128 says, "Sorry champ, but what you should have done is confided in the friend's husband, because if she knows and is condoning your wife cheating, then they both could be cheating. I'm not sure if he knew his wife was covering or condoning. He wouldn't be happy at all, because now she's suspect." Susie Q says, "The waxing appointment is suspicious, at least if it's a Brazilian type of wax. So is the sudden cramps. You would be able to keep track of her period by checking your garbage, tampons, pads. I think if anything is going to happen, it will be at the after party again, which you will not be able to get pictures. It also may be too dark. If she does anything again, she and her friend will be excited to talk to each other about it, so you may be able to get pics of the conversation on her phone. Did she plan to sleep out overnight or plan on returning home that night? You'll have to hurry home before her. Stay warm, be safe." I don't think you're a loser for doing this. Sometimes we have to do what we have to do. Final update. Well, you guys know how this has been going. Spoke to the soon-to-be ex-wife. I told her there is no chance that we are ever getting back together. I told her that at least I deserved the ugly truth after 10 years of giving her my everything. She cried a lot. She confirmed the details told by her friend. And as many of you said, y'all were right. She had done it before. She has been playing with her friend and husband for more than 2 years. She asked that I keep all of this between us as her family is very gossipy and will never let it down. In exchange, she will play nice with the divorce. She's not even getting a lawyer. I'm letting her keep my work car, and I guess she's letting her car get repossessed. She's been living with her sister since. I asked for her ring back as it was my aunt's that passed and a gift from my uncle. I'm back home. I'm redecorating every room. I've been working out, shooting, drinking a bit. I'm getting adjusted. It's difficult, but I can honestly say that I'm optimistic about what's out there. Thank you for your words, everyone. I'm probably not going to write anymore and delete this account." All in Calicious says, "I hope her friends realize that they've also been betrayed and lied to as she made them part of her affair. I'm sorry this happened to you, OP. I wish you the very best life with someone wonderful. Good luck." Edit. I would also tell everyone as soon as you're clear of this person, she doesn't deserve an easy life, never mind a happy one where she can do this to someone else. God, I'm sorry, OP. I had hoped it wouldn't lead in this direction. However, it's a good thing you followed your instincts and did what you did. A lot of people would have ignored those signs. Good on you for listening to your gut. To be with someone for 10 years and then to just throw it all away like that is rough, but you've handled it like a champ. Keeping yourself distracted and taking care of yourself is the way to go. Your positivity, despite it all, is honorable. You're a good man, OP. She clearly wasn't invested in the relationship for quite some time, and she's embarrassed for her actions, hence why she doesn't want you to tell her family, and why you shouldn't waste another second thinking about this woman. Has something similar happened to you? Let us know in the comments below. Next up, an unexpected wake-up call. 6 years ago today. 6 years ago today was my D-Day. It's been a roller coaster, and obviously I still think about it from time to time, days like today. But it's mostly just to think about what could have been and what she threw away. We have 2 kids together, and mostly I just wonder what effects it has had on them that are undiscovered. 6 years ago today, we were sitting at the table having breakfast, and she got up and said she was going to go get cleaned up for the day. We had been married 14 years, but had been having a really rough patch, and it seemed like I couldn't do anything right for a couple of weeks now. Everything that she could find to criticize or make me out to be a bad husband, she was picking on me about. If you would have asked me before this rough patch, I would have told you we were very happily married. We got along, worked together through all things, were raising our kids well, etc. But lately, she was very unhappy and taking it out on me like I was the worst person in the world. When she finished breakfast and left to go clean up, I started cleaning up and was picking things up from the table when her phone chimed. I've never had a reason to pry or snoop, but because it chimed, I looked down and saw a text from a man that said, "This is what you do to me in the morning." It was at that point I knew what it means when people say, "My heart sank." I took her phone to her and told her to explain the text. She obviously played dumb, so I told her to unlock the phone and show it to me. She made a half-assed attempt to unlock her phone and swipe it away as quickly as she could, but I had seen enough. It was a dick pic, and there were texts above that of her naked in our bathroom. 6 years ago, later that same day, was her birthday party, scheduled for my youngest son. I didn't know how I could put on a happy face for our son, let alone face our friends and family in a couple of hours, but I couldn't cancel a 7-year-old's birthday party either. I had to go and grin and bear it, despite the fact my heart had been ripped to shreds, stomped on, spit on, burned, and everything else. After that was over, I went to a friend's house and slept there for the night. The next couple of months was a whirlwind, but she basically threw everything away for this guy. She told me there was no chance for reconciliation, so I filed for divorce a month after finding out. She told me to be sure to put it in that I could have full custody of my sons. She wanted to run away with this guy and didn't want to have anything to do with her previous life, including her own kids. 6 years later, I'm a better person for what I've been through, and my sons are the most amazing young men. I've been through counseling, worked on my body, my mind, my career, and my situation in life. I'm proud of where I am and the dad I am to them. Recently, I've been dating a woman and I'm really encouraged with where it's going and the healthy foundation we're building. I know without a doubt I have the tools to love and trust again because I've worked on it and made sure I'm ready. So I post this to let all those that have been through infidelity know it does get better. It's the absolute worst emotional roller coaster you'll ever be on, and I wouldn't wish it on my own worst enemy. But it can be survived and you can come out better. I've followed this sub for the past 6 years, and I see people all the time ask how long it takes to recover. Unfortunately, I think the answer is forever. The scar will never heal, and it's just a part of you, but it does get better. Work on yourself and get through the days. Some will be high, some will be low, but over time, there will be far more highs than lows. There will always be days that come around that make you remember, but instead of being sad about it, you just wonder and go on with your day. Thank you for sharing your story with us, OP. I'm so sorry that had to happen to you, but I do think there's so much truth in what you have to say. There will be good days and bad days, but it's important to always work on yourself and be the best you can be for you and only you. I think we get caught up living our lives for other people most of the time. We need to learn to value ourselves more. Next, an OP in shock asks some important questions. Why would a cheater want a second chance to fix things and get back together? I, 30 female, finally blocked her. This is a same-sex relationship. A week after the confrontation because she just keeps saying the same old crap excuses. Blaming alcohol, past abusive relationships, cheating partner manipulating her, low self-esteem, and poor boundaries resulting from trauma, etc. My question is, why do cheaters want a second chance? What's the point? Are they that selfish? Are all those apologies and crying fake? What's the point of them doing all these dramatics? This is my first time getting cheated on, so I am full of shock, rage, sadness, and confusion. The person I was exclusively dating for 4 months cheated on me with my friend. They were drinking in our apartment and they kissed and had drunk sex. Now both of them are throwing each other under the bus, accusing each other of other sexual assault. It's so insane. Much thanks. I'm still in shock. Sorry this was messy. Asking for advice will get you advice. Mixture According 4911 says, first of all, congrats on getting the hell out of there. Second, to answer your question, the human mind normalizes everything over time. Most cheaters who don't have remorse really do believe most people are like them. They really don't have remorse, just regret they got caught. Deep down, even if she will never admit it, she believes you would also cheat on her. So to her, wanting you back and wanting to cheat are both logical. Daloco6913 says, they want a second chance because you are the stable plan B. Yellow Bastard 37 wants to think, they don't actually want to fix things. They're just terrified of being categorized as a bad person for the rest of their lives. They figure if they can get you to agree to stay, it will appear to outsiders that her actions were not so terrible. Then, when you break up later, it will look like a mutual decision with both of you to blame. This absolutely is a further manifestation of their galactic selfishness. I think there's a lot of validity in these comments. I think a lot of times cheaters just want to try to save face and not look like the bad guy. I think they also like the fact that they can manipulate and control someone. Like, they can always count on someone to be home for them if they didn't find their catch of the night. I'm sorry this happened to you, OP. You deserve better. Why do you think cheaters want a second chance? Let us know in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today on rSpace. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. We'd hate for you to miss out. If you want to listen to more stories from me, check out our lounge where I feature a larger variety of non-cheating related stories. See you there.